Welcome to this part of our Yom Kippur afternoon healing service. We are delighted and so thrilled to invite Rabbi Eric Weiss, who is the president and CEO of the Bay Area Jewish Healing Center, with us this afternoon. He's going to be leading us in a guided meditation.
Rabbi Delson, thank you so much. It's an honor for those of us here at the Bay Area Jewish Healing Center to join with all of you at Peninsula Temple Shalom. At this tender time, here in this moment, all of us are on our tradition's ancient journey from creation to this very day of self-reflection. It seems that this year especially, we all yearn for something better, something that bids us all to a greater place of wholeness and of holiness. Our ancient rabbis, looking at moments of personal and communal vulnerability, thought a lot about self-reflection. That is, how do any of us take our own rightful place in the larger group so that we have collectively a community for the common good? One of the answers that has been from the rabbis is to encourage the ways in which each of us understands ourselves as uniquely created in the divine image, so that when each of us individually looks around, we come to understand that it is our diversity that is a testament to God's unfathomable creativity. A tool the rabbis developed for this kind of contemplation of oneself in the community is meditation. In Jewish tradition, meditation comes out of the mystical tradition of the 13th century. And there are 3 words in Hebrew that are used for what in English is the singular word for meditation. Those words in Hebrew are hitbonenut, which means a protracted concentration, devakut, which means cleaving or intense attachment, and kavanah, which means focused intention. All 3 of these words, hitbonenut, devakut, kavanah, have a theological meaning because they all connote a way to relate to the transcendent, to God, with intention, with attachment, with concentration. The early mystics presented meditation as both the contemplation of an idea or a topic, or as a kind of intentional focus on something that is specifically transcendent, such as images of divine lights or heavenly chariots. In short, then, you can think of moments in which you may be reading a book, listening to music, or taking a hike, and find that in these places you have lost track of time and felt as if time itself is suspended, exactly because you were so focused or contemplative, as in fact meditation. Likewise, if you are someone who likes to look deeply over time at a subject, or you regularly take time to sit quietly and let your mind wander or intentionally focus on something, then these 2 in Jewish tradition are meditation. And so I would like to invite you to take this contemplation, this focused journey, in the form of a guided imagery. This may be something you're comfortable with, or it may be something completely new. Whatever it is, we would like to encourage you to take a leap of faith, to try it out and see how it settles for you. Part of contemplation itself is to discover the ways in which it might suit you, or perhaps not, or something perhaps in between.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Weiss. I really look forward to this meditation.
I invite you to close your eyes or let them relax into a kind of soft focus, and to settle into as comfortable a place as you can, sitting in a chair or perhaps on a couch, on the floor, or even lay down, and just take a breath. Don't force it. Just notice whatever it is. And just let that breath be whatever it is for you in this moment. Notice if you breathe through your nose or your mouth. Notice if you find yourself breathing into your chest or your stomach. And even in this moment, if you find yourself moving your body to a more comfortable position, then of course, be more comfortable. And just notice what makes you more comfortable. You may even move from a chair to the floor, to your couch or other comfortable place. And take another breath. Again, letting it be whatever it is. Don't force it. Just take another breath. These high holy days are like a spiritual journey. In some ways, it is a familiar journey, and in some ways, it is different. I'd like to invite you to imagine yourself getting ready for a journey. On this particular journey, I'd like to invite you to bring along an empty suitcase. A suitcase that you do not pack now, but one you bring with you that is empty as you begin. What kind of suitcase might this be? What's its color? How big is it? Does it zip, latch? Is it something that you throw around your shoulder? Is it large or small? Does it have internal compartments, a lining? Whatever your empty suitcase is, I'd like to imagine you taking it with you. And how do you want to carry this suitcase? Are you walking in a car? Are you alone with others? And what kind of path do you find yourself on? A lush green road, on the sea, in the air, walking aimlessly or with purpose? Whatever any of these things are for you, let them be. Take note of them, and let yourself experience a state of non-self-judgment. Even note if this is easy or challenging for you altogether. Where do you arrive? Have you come to a beautiful city, a beautiful place in nature, to a place of quiet, of music, a place of conversation? Have you come to a place with a nice cool wind, a warm place of sun? What is its environment? Let this be the best place you can be. A place of comfort, a place of quiet and calm, a place of serene ease, a place where you breathe easy and deeply, a place where you feel a kind of open-heartedness, of soul depth, where your thoughts are easy and unencumbered. And with a breath, take a moment to explore it, to get to know it as you wish. And taking another breath, notice if any kind of an insight or thought, a feeling, a sensation in your body comes forward. And whatever it is, just let it be and get to know it. I'd like to invite you to put that idea, that feeling, that sensation in your body into your suitcase. and yet let that suitcase be just as light, easy to carry. Perhaps even the insight, the feeling, or sensation actually makes your suitcase lighter. We are also in a time, on a journey of forgiveness. Please take another breath, a conscientious breath, without forcing it, letting it be as deep as it can be. In your empty suitcase, is there room for forgiveness? Where would you pack it? Hang forgiveness on a portable plastic hanger like a suit, or fold it like a sweater and tuck it into a corner? Forgiveness is complex. Being forgiven unburdens us, gives us a sense of renewal, of recreation. Offering forgiveness can be the same. How would you pack that idea of forgiveness and renewal, forgiveness and release into your empty suitcase? Some of us yearn for forgiveness. Some of us seek it. Some of us hope to give it if only we were asked. Some of us carry something we consider unforgivable. Forgiveness is complex. Is it okay to pack complexity into your suitcase? To give room to the yet to be discovered, to a leap of faith? Is it okay to pack something that you do not completely understand? And how would you pack it? Where would it fit? Our tradition tells us that if you are unsuccessful in seeking forgiveness 3 times, then the act of bestowing forgiveness resides with God alone. And then forgiveness comes at Yom Kippur. Some of us might feel, who is God to forgive what I cannot? But think of it this way. This wisdom releases you from the burden of forgiveness altogether. You can relinquish the responsibility. And sometimes, if you get to relinquish the responsibility for giving forgiveness, you realize something really was never your fault. You can be more whole. And so, where would God's forgiveness be packed in your suitcase? Would it make your suitcase lighter or heavier? And so I invite you to imagine walking with forgiveness packed into your suitcase, and to take another conscientious breath and let it be whatever it is without force. Imagine that you arrive to someone. Imagine this someone greets you with complete love, acceptance, curiosity about who you are and what you are doing now. And when they ask you how you are doing, you find yourself totally comfortable in letting them know. And whatever you say is met with kindness. Give yourself a moment to note the kinds of words you use, the way you speak, and the way this person hears you. Imagine the words they speak to you. Imagine words that are spoken in the most soothing voice, the deepest understanding, the most sensitive words. What is this conversation about? Is there something in this conversation to pack? Imagine that they do give you something to pack. What is it? Where does it fit into your suitcase? Whatever they say to you, whatever they've given you to pack, What form might it take in your empty suitcase? What is this person putting inside? This time of year is a journey, a complex yearning for something better, more whole, holier. It is a time where all of us take a journey. We all take an empty suitcase and pack it as we go. I invite you to take a moment to notice now your own breath. Notice the things you have packed along the way you have arranged your suitcase. This is a time to share what we discover along the way. And so may this moment of contemplation be one that encourages us to use an empty suitcase to discover, take leaps of faith, even the most complex ones. And so I invite you to take yet another breath, to notice how that breath comes into your body and leaves your body and comes into your body again. To open your eyes, to bring them into focus, to look around. Yivarechechem Adonai v'yishmerechem, Ya'er Adonai panav elechem v'chunechem, Yisa Adonai panav elechem v'yasem lechem shalom. May God bless you and protect you always. May God's face shine upon you, and may this light and this warmth be gracious to you. And may God's face ever be lifted up toward you, and may this divine regard, this holy attention, grant you the most sacred of all divine gifts, peace, wholeness, shalom. As together we say, Amen.